What's up? Welcome to the breakdown. I'm Mags. This is Shay, and we are going to talk about the New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs today.
Hey, did I not call this? Did I not call the New York
All right.
Knicks are going to the finals? I'm gonna find the video where I called it, and I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna put it in because I called it. I said it was their year this year. I'm not even a damn Knicks fan, okay?
No,
In fact,
but
I'm a Celtics fan, and even I said that this is the Knicks' year in the beginning of the playoffs. I called this shit, and now they're in.
they walked to the finals. They took a nice, easy stroll.
Oh, nice, easy stroll. They didn't even struggle. The most they struggled was against the frickin' Hawks. The frickin'
I mean, I,
Atlanta Hawks. Are you
that was the
kidding me?
first series, I think, and you
Yeah,
can't even
and
really say
and
they struggled. I don't think they. I don't like they
I think
are.
they lost 2 games. They lost
I
2
think
games, I'm pretty sure.
they've absolutely run through
And then they
people.
didn't lose a
How could
single game since. Not against the 76ers, not against the Pistons. They're just gone.
Well,
Actually, they
that's
probably
funny
lost
too
against
because
the
you called
Pistons.
it on the Pistons. You said the Pistons were frauds. You said
Right,
this
they're
like
just
in
not ready.
January.
They're just not ready.
You said this in January. They were fraudulent. And I was
Oh,
like, what is
yeah.
he talking about?
No,
But
no, I mean, I just knew. I just knew
uh
they were frauds.
no, so they ran through this. Hear this number. They stormed through the Eastern Conference, winning 11 consecutive games by an average
There you
of
go.
23.8 points to reach
They
the
didn't
NBA
they didn't
Finals.
even have any close games. It's not
No,
like
they were blowing
they
people
won,
out.
they dominated. Are you
And this is
kidding me?
And you wanna know the ironic part about this? They have not won an NBA Finals in 53 years. The last one to win them an NBA Finals was Walt Frazier and Willis Reed. I know who Walt Frazier is. I don't know who Willis Reed is. But
God
that was
damn.
the
That
70s
that's my
Knicks team.
dad's time. He was probably
Yeah.
watching those games as a kid.
No, and the last time they were in the finals was 1999 when they were beaten by good old Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. So the last time they were in was 25 years ago, and then they
Was
lost
was
against the
wa
Spurs.
was that Tim Duncan? Or are you thinking of,
Yeah, no, it was
David?
Tim Duncan. It was a young Tim Duncan.
He was around back then? Are you sure you're not thinking of,
Yeah. Oh, he played with David Robinson.
yeah. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
did not know he was around back then.
He was around for a while.
I'll take your word for it though. But yeah, no, I mean, the Knicks, they didn't win a championship in the '90s Patrick Ewing era.
They went twice in
Um,
the 90s. They lost both times.
right, they were good enough to get there in that Patrick Ewing era, but not good enough to win it because the '90s were stacked with so many great basketball teams, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's incredible that they're back now, and I called it. I called this shit.
I can't even say
I'm
it's like
gonna
an
put the video in
easy
there.
call. I can't even say it's like an easy call because, like, the Knicks have this way of, like, just disappointing their fan base.
Oh, for
Like,
sure. For
so
sure, but for some reason, I just had a gut feeling. I just sorta knew that this was their year. They're just gonna put it all together and not choke, you know? And the thing is everyone was healthy, you know, Jalen Brunson was healthy, Cat was healthy, you know, all their role players. Here's the thing, the Knicks have so much depth. They kinda remind me of the Celtics 2 years ago where their bench runs deep. They got so many great
yeah,
role players.
and
And
that's where I
so
think they kind of outclassed the Spurs.
right,
If
well, we're gonna get into that, but that's kinda where they outclass the Spurs. You're right, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, the Spurs have an absolute monster.
To
He's
deal
just
with. Yeah.
disgusting. His
So
41 points, 24 rebound performance against OKC in game 1 was insane.
well, yeah, yeah, so, talked about the Knicks, talked about just me calling it, but now let's talk about the Spurs. I mean, you said that
I
Wembanyama is a bust, and he's proven your ass wrong.
Yeah, he is,
You're
he is. You
speechless,
have
you
to
can't even
say
say
I
anything.
just thought I thought in my mind when he was first drafted, I was just like, "Dude's too tall, too lanky, like, can he really live up to being like, can he be an NBA center, a true NBA center?" But he's not a true NBA center because he shoots the 3 and all that, but, like, can his body hold up? Because you look at you look at players who've had that build, like Yao Ming was almost 7 foot. Injuries derailed his career. I remember watching games where he gave Shaq the business and prime
Yeah.
Shaq that, like, so it's
Right.
like when you got big guys like that, that really comes into question whether their frame can withstand the beating.
Right. I
So
mean, I didn't think he was gonna be a bust. I just didn't think he was gonna be this good this early. It's only his 2nd year. The kid's like what, like 22 or something like
22,
that?
yeah, 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 he's 22.
Coming from France, and now he's dominating the NBA. I mean,
Well,
you're not
think about
wrong.
it.
I
Think about
kinda
how
had his
tall a
doubts.
basketball hoop is.
Right. Right. No, I know. I know. I mean,
That's
I had
insane.
my doubts. He's a tall ass MFer. That's why he's called the alien. But were you watching the game 7
I
last
watched
night?
pieces of it.
Okay,
I
well
was
there was
busy
a
doing other
play.
stuff, but I
There
watched
was a
pieces.
Okay, yeah. So there was a play where there's a 4th quarter uh and the Thunder guy shot it in the corner, right? And Wembanyama was coming down the line while he was sprinting, full sprint, jumped up and tried to block it mid three up in the air as it was arcing. And I legit thought he was about to get a fingertip on that thing. It was like the most insane play I've ever
I
saw.
kind of like
Kind
how
of
you even
underrated though.
shoot.
The announcers didn't even talk about it, but like if you saw the play, you know what I'm talking about. That
Yeah,
was
it's kinda
crazy.
you kinda question, like, how do you even shoot on this man?
No, yeah. It's
You have to
crazy.
create so much space, like, away from him
Right.
to
Well, the
even
thing is, when you're that tall and that lanky, you know, if you watch him play, it's obvious where the thing is you have to get small. You have to play small ball and you have to use these fast guys to out dribble him. Cause that's where he really struggles is his like side to side movement and his agility and his change of direction. If you can get past him, then you're good to go because he's
see,
too
and that's
tall
where
and
I think the
lanky to
Knicks
have good
play well.
footwork.
I call them the Nova Knicks. They got my championship Villanova Wildcats on there.
Okay. Yeah.
Brunson,
Yep.
Bridges, Hart,
Yeah. Yeah.
they all won a national title with Nova. So
Well, you know what the sad thing is, and I think you brought this up last show or the 2 shows ago when the, Knicks, uh, beat, the Sixers, and I forgot who it was. It was, like,
Josh
Josh Hart
Hart
or
said
s yeah,
that
it's
Philly is
Josh Hart was like, "Philly's not a sports city anymore." It was just sad to see because he's a Villanova guy.
my that's my thing though. It's like you could have walked out with your head high, you beat the Sixers, moving on to the next round. You didn't have to
Yeah.
do all, you
He
know?
and then he brings the guys down too. It's like, "Oh, that's
It's
ugh."
like you could have won and you could have won gracefully and you could have just
Right,
walked out. We all
and then
knew
he
the Knicks
didn't.
were beating the Sixers. There was no question. There was no question that the Knicks were going to beat the Sixers.
Well, I mean, after the Sixers took out the Celtics, and they had Joel Embiid coming back, but the thing is, Joel Embiid can't be good for 2 series in a row. He'll go all out for 1 series and then just be back to his regular, lazy, injured
All
self
Joel
the
Embiid wanted to
next.
do was beat the Celtics. That was his top priority. He wanted
Yeah,
to beat the Celtics because he couldn't beat them, and that's was his
right,
goal. And once that goal was
right,
made, and especially when you set a goal like that, like, "Oh, let's beat the Celtics," like, you're thinking too short-sighted. Like, the goal should be NBA finals or bust.
right, right. Well, I mean, I can go on and on about Joel Embiid, and he just not consistent, let me tell you that, but
And it's
we're
sad
talking
too.
about the
Uh,
Spurs here. We're talking
ugh.
about Wembanyama here.
Don't
Really
take out
good game
Stephen
7.
Castle and De'Aaron Fox. Those 2 in the back that
Dude,
backcourt playing really
dude, I
well.
was watching De'Aaron Fox game 7. I low key forgot he's on the Spurs now, because he was on the Kings before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And, Sacramento, and, now he's in San Antonio, and dude, he was feasting. He was
He's
eating.
always been a baller. That's the problem. He's always been a baller because you don't get
But now
drafted
he's a
as a first
baller on
team.
a good team, and now he's
Exactly.
popping off. Yeah,
So, like, you could be a baller. Look at Jason Williams. He was a baller on the Kings.
right,
He was a baller on Memphis, but when he went to Miami, he won an NBA Finals with Miami.
right. Yeah,
So it's like you could be a baller on bad teams, but can you elevate your team? And that was my thing with De'Aaron Fox, and the same thing with Jason Williams. I never felt like they could elevate a bad team, but you put them
Right.
on a team who has talent and a good squad. It's at that point, it's like it's like you're adding mac and cheese to the Thanksgiving dinner plate. It's just
You're adding the Hawaiian rolls.
yeah,
You're adding
like
the
it's
gravy to the mashed potatoes.
like the courses are already
Yes.
set.
Right.
You're just adding something different. And I think
Right.
that's where it's like you put him on a team with like somebody like Wembyama who he could feed
Yeah.
and like
And they're just gonna pop off.
yeah.
And they're
So I mean
yeah.
it's super nice to see him be appreciated and be on a team where he could see some success.
Yeah. I
Um,
think,
do I think
so
they beat the Knicks? I don't think so.
well, we'll get into that, but I just wanna talk about game 7 again. I think it really lived up to the hype. It was I was really excited to watch that game, and then it was a really good game. At halftime, it was a 3-point difference. At the end of the 3rd period, it was only a 3-point difference. So the entire game, it was really close and really good basketball to watch. And it just came down to, well, it came down to one play. I don't know if you watched this. You may have missed it, but coming off the bench for only 1 minute, Luke Cornett, former Celtic, he came in for Wembanyama and blocked this, a what's it called? Do you know
Layup?
the play I'm talking about, though?
I do not know. Let me
Oh my
see.
god, you should, like, try and look it up or look at the highlights because that, like, the
Do
main
it right now.
difference because the Thunder were going on a run to take the lead late in the 4th period, and then out of nowhere, Luke Kornet just bang with a block, and then they take him right out and put Wemby back in, and that was, like, probably the greatest play he's ever
I'm
gonna have.
watching.
It was so clutch.
I'm
Yeah,
watching it
watch it
right.
right now.
Oh, he LeBron'd him. He
Yes, bro.
LeBron'd him.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
slow. He LeBron'd him. That's what he did. He did the
I know, it
LeBron
was
block.
crazy.
Run down block
It was
behind.
crazy. Yeah, the block from behind, that sorta saved the game for the Spurs. That was pivotal. That was a great play. So I just wanted to highlight that. That was a crazy play.
Yeah,
And
no, that was a
then
great block.
yeah, and then the second thing I wanted to highlight was Chet Holmgren only had like 2 points. Only shot the
He
ball
pulled a
like
Ben
once.
Simmons. He pulled a
Yeah,
Ben Simmons.
yeah, he completely disappeared. I think the thing is he was either injured and he was playing on it or he was sick. He had, like, the flu or something. Because if you watch the game and you, like and then when it cuts to him and you, like, look at his face, he looked sick or something. He looked bad. He had, like, bags under his eyes. He looked rough, and that's probably why they
Dude,
weren't giving him the ball.
isn't he like 7 foot too?
Yeah, yeah, him and Wemby are, like, complete rivals, and then, he disappeared, and that was the main factor as to why the Thunder lost. Chet Holmgren just completely disappeared.
I had them going to the NBA Finals again. I didn't think there was really any team that could beat them. And then once the refs started favoring them, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's over with." Once the refs
Well, of
started,
course. Yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah,
I
you
thought
got
they
the
were going to go.
refs,
I didn't
yeah.
even give the Spurs a thought once I saw the refs were favoring the Thunder because they were calling some crazy things. I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like
I mean,
calls that they
classic
would give to the Thunder, they weren't given to the Spurs, and
oh, yeah,
like through the
classic.
first 4 games, I'm like, the Spurs are pulling this out, and somehow, but like you could
Oh, yeah,
see
I mean, it's
Vegas's money was on the Thunder.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's classic Thunder, bro, they're just getting all the calls, and it just seems like everyone's hooping, and Shea is flopping for a bajillion free throws, and it just seems like they're impossible to stop, but then when Chet Holmgren just came down, with some sort of sickness, or maybe he's playing on a broken leg. I don't know, but since he was a complete non-factor, Wemby was able to take over Game 7 and lead them to a victory and to the finals. I think if Chet was healthy, the Thunder probably still win and probably still go to the finals like you were thinking. But you're not able to predict Chet Holmgren randomly disappearing, so
We're gonna
you're
go on
not wrong, but that's
little
what
mini
happened.
side quest right here about the Chet Holmgren like pulling a Ben Simmons disappearing act in one of the Coastal Carolina bathrooms. in one of the stalls, there's a little sticker at the bottom, and it says, "Ben Simmons sits when he pees." It is so random, and, like, it came in my head when we were talking about Chet Holmgren disappearing in game 7, whether he's sick or
I I
like,
I don't I've never seen that. You're gonna have to show me that. That's hilarious.
I got you. It's been there. It was been there all year, and I every time I look at it,
Alright.
I just laugh. I'm like,
Hell
dude would
yeah.
rather fish, you know?
That's hilarious. That's
Um,
hilarious.
no, but yeah, back to what we were saying, that's definitely like because if you don't have Chet doing anything, you don't have anybody to really, like,
Right.
pressure Victor Wembanyama
You
with.
you need a center, you know? Same thing with the Celtics. Like, yeah, I guess you have, like, Queta, Neemias Queta, but, like, you don't that's, like, it's not
You need
enough.
a star center.
Right, you need a capable starter, a capable star center, and if you don't have that, you're not gonna have good defense.
If you don't have a star center, you need to be able to shoot the 3 you need to be able to score points well. Like, you need to be able to shoot the 3 ball, like,
Right,
today's 3 po as much as I hate it, today's a three-point game, like, it is what it is, like, you
right.
need those points from the outside and
And if
mid-range.
and if
uh
the shots aren't falling, then you're cooked.
Yeah,
So,
that's the problem, like, I mean, I blame Stephen Curry for changing how the game's played, like, I mean, people pull from half court now, like, it's no like, it's I remember those used to be, like, shocking plays. They're not shocking anymore, but
well, dude, Wemby can shoot the 3 like crazy, bro.
and see, that's another thing, like, I grew up watching early 2000s basketball. That's what I grew up watching, like, watching little Allen Iverson take on Shaq in the NBA finals,
Right,
like, basketball was super tough.
right,
Like, people played defense, like, and it wasn't like you could just go right you had to every step you took in basketball, you had to earn. And
right,
now it's
yeah,
like defense is soft up top where the 3 is at. It's kinda soft in the
yep,
middle, and I think this is where the Spurs can win because of how it's played today, because of how soft people play down low sometimes. And if you let Wemby loose, I think they could win. But on the back end of that, it's like they've played the Knicks 3 times this year. They only won 1 time, and they won by 2 points. And then the
right.
other 2 times they lost to the Knicks, they lost by 10 or more. So if the
Interesting.
Knicks
Yeah,
come to
I mean,
play,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is crazy though that, like, back in the day, like you were saying when you really watched ball, it was like when you were growing up on it, like there weren't any centers that could, like, put some threes down, and now it's like, oh, you got KD that can really shoot threes well. You got Wemby who's like 7 foot, whatever the hell, just dropping the threes from half court like it's nothing. Like, it's absolutely insane, but
it's, like,
it
almost unfair.
certainly creates space. Well, it's not fair. That's true, but like it creates space for the offense. Something like that is just so valuable. So
I think because and here's my thing with it, I think it eliminates essentially like a 3-2 defense. If you
yeah,
have because I feel like the 3-2 defense is specifically meant to protect the paint. And you would do this in the sense where it's like in the sense where it's like you have the 3 down low and then the 2 up top, and you do this to protect yourself against, like, a dangerous center. Because
right,
usually back in the day, like, Shaq couldn't shoot threes.
right, yeah,
Shaq would bully you in the paint, and that's why you would run like a 3-2 or something like that to try to stop that. With, like, Wemby, like, if you have a guy like Wemby who can shoot a 3, it eliminates that option that you could have 3 down low. You need to either be running a man or be running a 3-2, so 2 down low, 3 up top, or have an
right,
isolated person following him.
yep.
See, that's the issue with that, and I think when you're coming to that's what makes Wemby so special, though, and that's what I've realized what makes him so special. So the bus talk is gone. The dude is
Well, that
disgusting.
that was just yeah, you were completely wrong there
I
for
was just
sure,
wrong,
but
and I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong. I could
that's
be a
good.
hater
That's a
sometimes.
good thing.
I could
That's
be a
better
hater
than
some
most people.
I'll be
Better than
the
most
first
people.
to admit I could be a little bit of a hater sometimes. It's that
Oh,
simple.
yeah. But hey,
Like
no hate to a hater. Everyone's got a little hater in them, but
so, like I'm super impressed. I thought the Thunder were gonna really walk to the finals because I thought there was nobody in the West who could really contend with them. As much as I
Yep.
hate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his flopping ways, I just like,
Yeah.
it works.
Well, the whole NBA world is happy to see the Thunder lose and the Spurs go on to the finals. But now we were on to the final round of this playoffs, the championship. We got the Knicks and the Spurs. Who do you think is going to win this? What's your
I
prediction?
I think the Knicks win in 5.
Five?
Knicks in 6. I think they drop
Still,
2,
though.
and I think they
Still, though,
drop
you're
2.
once again doubting Wemby. He
I'm
just
not
took down
doubting
the
Wemby,
Thunder.
but if you look at how they played against the Knicks this year, they've only won 2 games. They've only won 1 game against the Knicks out of
That's
3.
the regular season, though. This is the
I
playoffs. This
I
is the
understand that, but
championship.
The Knicks are on fire. They look almost unbeatable. I'm not saying Wemby can't do it. That's why I said that the Knicks would win in 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, okay. I think okay, I was trying to play devil's advocate for you there, but I low-key agree. I low-key think it's the Knicks' year. I think they're gonna win
there's
in
nothing wrong with that. We don't have to
5,
disagree.
6 games.
So, it's just it's something special's brewing in New York, and a part of me would be happy to see Jalen Brunson win an NBA Finals. I mean, it sucks that it would be with the Knicks, but, like, I watched Jalen Brunson win
As
it.
much as I hate to admit it, as a Boston sports fan, I predicted it. I predicted it in January. I said this is the Knicks' year, and they're gonna beat the Spurs, man. I don't think the Spurs are experienced enough. I don't think they have enough
They haven't had
bench.
a single player on their
They're not
roster
deep
who has
enough.
playoff experience. They're not deep enough, like you said.
And once Wemby is out of the picture, then hey, they're gonna they're gonna take care of it. They're gonna dominate just like they've been. But here's the thing, though. It's like the Knicks have no problem going against real great centers. You know, they've faced Joel Embiid and swept him. And now,
I don't
you
think
know,
Joel Embiid and Wemby are on the same caliber and center.
okay, true, Wemby's old and injured, but he's still a top star center, you know?
You mean Embiid?
That's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
Embiid. It's like
Um,
the Knicks have no problem with it because they already have so many great, you know, centers and forwards of their own, where it's like, you know, the matchup of Cat and all the great centers and forwards on the Knicks, you know, they go deep. They have great depth at that position. And then up against Wemby, it's like it's gonna be a whole different story, a whole different ballgame from what the Spurs have been facing. And it's gonna be a much tougher defense for Wemby. And I think it's gonna be too much. And I think the Knicks are gonna take it. Maybe in 6, but probably in 5 with how the Knicks have been playing.
so here's my thing. Here's my thing. I think if the Knicks can find a way somehow to slow Wemby down, they're not going to stop him. We both know that. But
Right,
can
they
you
won't
find a
stop him, but they will slow him down. They have Cat and they have a great defense.
Yeah, their one center broke his finger. They're hoping he'll be back. I'm trying to find his name. I always forget his name because it's something weird. Da, 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 da. Okay. No, that's not what I want. I'm looking for it. Give me a sec.
You're good.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yes, Mitchell Robinson. Yep, he's also a very good defensive center.
He broke a pinky. He broke his right pinky. He will definitely be in there. They need him if they want to slow down.
It's
They
just a pinky. And
they
you
want
know
to
what?
Fiyama. They need him. So
An announcer made a funny comment when I was watching Game 7. It's like, man, it seems like the last time we watched the Knicks, it was years ago. And he actually brings up a good point. What if the Knicks, you know, they lose some of their steam, they lose some of their fire, they lose some of their momentum because they played 4 games and the last time they played was a week and a half ago. Meanwhile, the Thunder are just coming off game 7 and they're moving and grooving right on into the finals.
and that's my fear too. But I don't feel like basketball really rolls that way. And
Yeah,
that's my thing. I think you'll see that in baseball, you'll see that in football, um,
even in hockey.
in hockey, you'll see that. Like, I don't you don't really see people come off and become like that in basketball. Now it's
Yeah,
possible, but
yeah,
at the same time, like, I definitely think that they could, it could happen. History could repeat itself, and we could just
yeah,
be another Tim Duncan.
well, yeah. I
People
mean,
forget Tim Duncan won 5 NBA finals.
that's
5.
crazy.
He
That's
won
crazy.
5. Like,
Yeah.
5. And he was one of the greatest power forward/centers slash centers to ever play the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess on the flip side, you could say, "Oh, well, the Knicks, they had more time to, you know, get healthy," you
Yeah.
know? Meanwhile, the Spurs are coming in banged up, and they're gonna not have any time to recover. They're gonna be thrown into a healthy team. That broken pinky you were talking about for what's his face, that's probably healed by now.
Yeah. No, they that's what they were saying. They hope that they think he'll be ready for game 1,
He
which is
should be.
I mean, see, my thing is the Knicks, like, if you look at the regular season, and 'cause regular season, yes, it's different than playoffs, but you could take a basis of how things went and really roll with it. Like, these are high scoring games. Like, each
Oh,
of 'em
yeah.
over 100 points. The one Spurs game they won, it was 134 to 132. No
Yeah,
defense was played.
yeah.
That just tells me no defense was played. That's all-star game numbers. Like,
True, but again, it's the playoffs.
true,
They're down on defense, trust.
and everybody, I think if you know a fun fact about the 1999 NBA Finals versus Spurs and Knicks?
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that was the OJ trial. Unless that was when they
Really?
went in '95, let me see. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the OJ chase, and then when was the OJ Bronco chase?
Huh,
94, so it was '94, so I was wrong. But still, I think it would be funny if the Spurs came and won. Could be history repeating itself, and
huh.
I think either way, New York's gonna burn.
Oh, yeah, if the Knicks win or if they lose, that city is gonna go up into flames. That's the
Uh,
funny part.
it's gonna be now. Good for them. They've suffered a while. I have a soft spot in my heart for suffering teams. Like the Knicks haven't won an NBA Finals in 53 years. The Spurs have a chance to win
I
6.
have no soft spot for him.
Listen, I understand that. They're the Knicks. I mean, I
I
shouldn't
think
either
here's the thing, I think the Knicks are gonna win, but I'm pulling for the Spurs.
because they're underdogs.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
certain Vegas odd bettors have the Knicks winning. I mean, have those Spurs winning favored.
What is that, like, Kalshi? Those aren't real.
No, Kalshi, no, 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 no. I just saw it. Well, I'm seeing 2 different things. I see one with the Spurs, and then one says bettors heavily invested in Knicks to win the finals, so I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be a good finals, though. I love it when we get 2 different teams, and it's not like the Lakers or Celtics or nothing against the Celtics or Lakers, but, like, when you've been there when you're there a lot, like, it gets kind of repetitive.
Well,
That's
you
why
know what? It continues the trend of having a new champion, The NBA has had a new champion for the past, what, 5 years now?
yeah, first wait, let me go on record here and say I wanna go on record here and say this. I despise Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I don't think if and let's just go and say this, if if, what's his name doesn't get hurt, Pacers point guard.
Oh,
I'm blanking on his name.
look it up,
Shit. Um,
'cause I'm blanking on it too.
God, it's so Halliburton. Yeah. If
Halliburton.
Halliburton doesn't get hurt, he was on track for a really great NBA Finals Game 7 performance, and I think the
Oh, yeah.
Patriots NBA Finals champions. I don't think the Thunder win it. But because Halliburton got hurt, it just
Yeah,
that changed everything. Without the Halliburton, the Pacers didn't really stand a chance.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of a theme and kind of a story with so much of the NBA, because it's such an individual sport, you know? In the NFL, if a guy goes down, then all right, you have, you know, 9, 10 other guys. In the NBA, you got what, 5 guys on the court. So if one guy goes down and he's a star, that's huge. So like, Chet not performing, made the Spurs win, last year. It was, Halliburton going down that made the Thunder win, and so it's a lot of that, but, when you have healthy teams going at it, then it's really fun.
Yeah, but I'm pulling for Jalen Brunson. I like Jalen Brunson. I liked him since his Villanova days. It sucks seeing him in.
Really? I mean, even if you're a Philly guy and even after what Josh Hart said, you're pulling for the Knicks?
I'm pulling for Jalen Brunson because he's kind of like to
Okay,
me even Jalen
fair
Hurts.
enough,
He's
fair enough.
underrated. He's not talked about enough. Like 25 years, this man. It's been 25 years since the Knicks have been in the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
25 years. So like for
you're
me,
pulling
that
for him, I get it.
20 no 20. I'm doing that math wrong. 1999,
I mean,
20, 26,
26-ish?
27 years maybe. Yeah, something like that. It's
Yeah,
a little over 25. Like, that's insane.
yeah.
Like, so, I mean, in 99, in 99, they went up against, I think, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, which is, 1999 Spurs. I'm trying to see if David Robinson left at that point or if he was still there. I think Steve Kerr was on the 99 Spurs roster.
Really?
Yep, they had David Robinson at center, um, Tim Duncan power forward, Sean Elliott small forward, Mario Elie in shooting guard, Avery Johnson point guard, and their key reserves bench was I think the sixth man was Steve Kerr. They had
Huh.
Malik Rose, Jaren Jackson. Yeah, they had a pretty. Yeah, they had to go up against David Robinson and Tim Duncan.
Yeah, that's fucked. Huh.
That's horrible. That's like those are two of the greatest big men to ever play in the NBA.
Yeah, there's top guys for sure, top guys.
Fucking crazy. It was Greg Popovich was coached
One of
that.
the best to do it,
Yup.
Popovich.
Was
Do we
he
wanna talk at all about, Stanley
NHL?
Cup?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It's the Vegas Knights versus the Montreal Canadiens.
What? Dude, it's
Yeah,
the
it is, isn't it?
it's the Hurricanes.
No, I thought Montreal won.
Bro, it's the Hurricanes.
Oh, I'm tripping then.
You are tripping.
I'm tripping.
Bro.
Oh, dang. Um, oh yeah.
To be fair, you probably got the logos confused. They're both red teams. I could see where you get a little, confused. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just completely off.
Lost all validity in any argument I could make.
Did you
Uh,
watch any of the games at all?
I watched some of the Vegas Knights ones. I didn't watch the Hurricanes and Canadians. I couldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, poor
Well, to be
Flyers.
fair, both series were pretty lopsided. The Knights swept, and the Hurricanes won 4-1.
Who would have thought? All Carter
Yeah, I mean, I thought the
Hutchinson.
Canadians. Well, to be honest, I thought both series were going to be much closer than that, but then somehow the Knights and the Canes just took on a new form. So it's going to be really exciting to watch these finals, the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know why I thought it was the Canadians.
Dude, if it was the Canadians, it would be the first time. Well, actually, no, Edmonton, but
I was
I was going to
surprised they
say,
were.
I was going to say it's the first time a Canadian team has been to the finals in a long time, but
Maybe
no,
it's my fault. I didn't
Edmonton.
really keep up with the Eastern. I was more so focused on the
Right,
an Avalanche because that was a cool
right.
game, cool series. Didn't think the Avalanche would go out like that is beyond me, but
Yeah, they were the favorites in the Western Conference, and then they just completely collapsed. That was weird. Weird to see.
uh, tomorrow's the first game.
Really. So who do you got in that? Kings or, Knights?
Dude, I don't know, man. I didn't expect the Knights to be here, man, much less
Neither did I.
walk all over Colorado, dude. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be Colorado Hurricane. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, same. Well,
Like,
what happened to the Knights was near the end of the season, they were spiraling, they were losing, and they fired, their coach, who used to be the Bruins coach,
and they
I
took
forget his
Torts.
name.
Hate that man. John Tortorella. They got John Tortorella. I hate that
Yeah,
man.
and then they got John Tortorella, and it
So
seemed like, well, they just fired their coach. They're probably gonna be, out in the first round, and then they're just going to run. It's just wild. Maybe maybe their coach was holding them back. If you could look up the name of that coach they fired, but yeah, it's kind of a wild story for the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks, the Knights, man.
Uh, no, let me see which coach. Let me see which coach they fired. I'm about to look it up now. Yeah, no, definitely. I did not watch much. I didn't really watch the Montreal versus Hurricanes, and I think I said Canadians because I saw a joke on Instagram and it said the Canadians won, and I just went with it. I guess it was probably a spoof account.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was probably a troll.
but I
You got
just
trolled, bro.
just bad info. Yeah.
Yeah, fake
Well,
news right there. Don't trust it.
fake news.
Get your sources right, bro. Get
Because
your
I was so
sources straight.
focused on the Golden Knights and Avalanche, I didn't even
No,
pay
yeah.
and it kinda hurt to watch the Hurricanes because, I love my Flyers,
Right. You were in such disbelief. You just didn't want to believe it. You
I
probably
fired
still think the
Bruce
Flyers
Cassidy.
are in it.
Imagine, I'm like, "The Flyers are still in it, they're going to the Stanley Cup Finals."
Yeah.
They fired Bruce Cassidy, immediately
Right.
replaced.
Bruce Cassidy. So they fired Bruce Cassidy at the near like the end of the season, and it just seems like, all right, these Knights aren't gonna really do anything. And then the Vegas Golden Knights, man, they just go on a crazy, like, out of nowhere run.
He won them the Stanley Cup too,
Yeah,
3
like 2,
years ago.
3 years ago, and then I don't know what happened, they just fired him, like, out of nowhere. They were kinda spiraling near the end of the season, and I guess the players in the locker room, he probably just, lost the locker room, probably the players were probably just done with him. So,
Damn. Now I have to root for the Hurricanes to beat the Knights
he's
'cause
don't like the new coach.
I despise Tortorella, and then
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
despise Carter Hart all that much, but it's kinda crappy seeing him go to the Knights and immediately go to a Stanley Cup final. It's like,
Well, to be fair, I'm low key pulling for the Hurricanes too because the Canes have been one of those Eastern Conference teams that have been in it so many times, and they just got beat by either the Lightning or the Panthers or the Bruins for like the past 5, 10 years, it seems. And now they've finally pushed through, and now this is their year.
I
But they're
definitely
gonna
think it'd be a good series, though.
Oh, for sure. They're
Do
both
you think it goes
absolutely
7?
dominant teams. It could go very well 7 games.
I don't know, I think Carolina takes it in 5.
Carolina in 5, you have no hope in the well, you just saying that 'cause you don't like that
No,
coach from
I think
Vegas.
Carolina takes it in 5. Like, I watched Carolina play against the Flyers, and I've never seen a team skate that fast, be that nasty with the forechecking, and just be like there were times when the Flyers would get the puck behind their net, and they'd go to take it out, and there'd be a Hurricane player right there in his face. And I'm just like, "Dang, they can't even
Yeah,
breathe."
yeah.
Like, they move fast, they're good with shift changing, they're great with forechecking, that's gonna be the difference. Um,
Well, I completely agree with you. It's just for the Vegas to take out Colorado like that in the semis
Fluke,
and sweep them, that's
fluke,
crazy. I think Vegas has this in 7. That's
fluke.
my call.
You're insane. There's no
Well,
way Vegas.
your prediction is way more insane. Do you think the series is only gonna go 5 games?
Dude, I think Carolina has the better goalie. So here's my thing. I've
Alright.
watched Carter Hart play. If Carter Hart gets like shaken or rattled, which Carolina, they put a lot of pucks on net. If
Yeah.
he gets shaken or rattled, he starts to lose form. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
you're not wrong.
He's a great goalie. Don't get me wrong. He's a solid goaltender.
But he could get rattled.
Rattled. So I've seen
Yep.
it. Seen him kind of like get shaken up by a lot of pucks on him.
Yeah.
And that's what Carolina does. That line with Aho and Stamkoven or whatever his name
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Is it Stankoven? I don't want to mix him up with the Lightning's
I
former
believe it is.
Carolina It's Stankoven, Mr. Stank.
Mr.
Bro,
Stank. There you
Logan
go.
Stankoven. He is he's pretty nasty. He can put pucks
Yeah.
on pretty fast.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Can I
nope,
can I,
I am scared
go get a
for my
little tissue here, dude? I need to blow my nose.
blow your nose, dude. Fine, go ahead, blow your
I
nose.
n take a little time out, take a little pause.
Dude, just snort it up your nose. Just snort it up. Go.
No, bro. No.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I wonder if we're gonna hear him blow his nose. Hmm. That's a really nice blue in his room. What is he studying for the SATs? What's going on over there? How was your
Alright,
nose?
crisis averted. It's all better now. Allergies are killing me, it's springtime, so can
Gotta
you blame me, really?
take that Claritin Clear.
I know, I need it. I need something because these allergies are killing me. I'm also coming off a little bit of a cold, not a flu, but just a cold, so just a little thing, but yeah, my nose is just all stuffy and stuff, but it's all better now.
Good. That's very good. I'm very happy for you. Um, I'm not happy that I said not happy I got duped by an Instagram post.
I know, you got duped, I know, that was bad.
I should have
That
did
was
my
bad.
before I made that statement.
Do your research, do your research. Hey, you know what? We all make mistakes, we're all humans, so I don't blame you.
Uh, dude, I was pulling for the Canadians though.
You know who was pulling for the Canadians? My parents, because they love Canada, they love Montreal, they love speaking French, and so
Aren't they Boston fans?
well, they are Boston sports fans, but
Isn't that like
they
one of your biggest rivals?
that's why I didn't root for the Canadians. I was like, "I cannot root for the Canadians," and they were like, "Oh, come on, it's Montreal, we're gonna root for them." And I couldn't do that, but they were, and they go to Montreal for like summer vacations and stuff, and they love it, and they speak French and yada yada. So, but not me, not me. I'll just no, I think it's still recording on my end. Still going. 44. Your son's freaking out? Well, if you need to call him, we can end it there. Yeah, you can just end it when I go and fucking leave to blow my nose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See ya.